This is your classic Mike Tomlin rah-rah spot, right? Like, everyone hates us, everyone's against us. Mike Tomlin against the spread, 41, 22, and 3 against the spread in his career. I think the Chargers can move the rock on this Pittsburgh defense. I think Pittsburgh gets a lot of credit just from the cachet of this. Pittsburgh always tough on D. They always get it done.
The mystique of it.
The mystique.
Yeah.
I think this number being at 5.5 is a little bit of an indicator where, hey, I think they're going to be in LA. They're going to have success to throw the ball with Herbert and those guys. I think this is an interesting spot. I like the Chargers in this spot. DT,
I was looking at this game, fellas, man. Yeah, same thing. I'm looking at this game, and I got question marks in my head. When I look at Najee Harris, he's emerging. That's what you needed. That's what this Pittsburgh offense needed. Bell cow, and obviously we should be getting Roethlisberger back. Not that that's the biggest game, but it is a greater measure of veteran stability. But there's no playmakers yet out of the wide receiver position on Pittsburgh, which really gives me some question marks that I want to get in on these Steelers. I want to believe, and if there's a team that I had to tip my hat on, it would have been them. But, it's just tough to persuade me. And even with T.J. Watt being a little beat up and broken up, I think the Chargers have a great opportunity there at home.
Let's go back. Let's talk about the mystique of the Steelers, right? Let's talk about the mystique of the team. How does that affect Vegas? How does that affect the numbers when people are betting? Do people go in there with the mindset of like, oh, this is my team, I'm going to put some extra, weight towards their history?
I think it affects the betting public.
Yeah.
They think, oh, Pittsburgh will play good D. They're on the road. They'll be low-scoring game. They'll play D. But I did see last week the Chicago Bears, or not 2 weeks ago because they're coming off a bye, but I saw Justin Fields move the ball pretty well against Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. It was on prime time. It was on Monday night. They did what they had to do. So if Justin Fields can have a career game, it's a young career, but that's the best game he's had, then I don't see why Justin Herbert at home can't move the ball on the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I think how it affects the betting line is the public just assumes that Pittsburgh plays tough D when the last couple of weeks they've shown they have some holes.
But does that mean that we shouldn't pay as much attention to the line because of the mystique of them? Do we have to compensate for that?
Well, I think you always want to look at the line and where it's at, but I think they're telling you at being a 5.5-point favorite. Vegas doesn't want to push it to 7 because then the sharp guys come on and pound. Then they're going to pound Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. So they put it in this little no man's land at -5, -5.5, and they let the public decide what side they want to put their money on.
All right, I like it. That's why you're the betting expert.